If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, if you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, or watch the things you gave your life for broken and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
There are lions in every zoo. And even though they are raised in that habitat, and most of them were born there, raised there, it should be its natural habitat to be inside of that cage. It's all of its experience are right there inside of that cage. Every moment of its life has been lived in that cage. But there's a reason why they keep that door locked. They keep it caged because the instincts of that lion says, I belong, I deserve, I thirst for something outside of this cage. And the same thing is true with you. There were times where you've known that this job is not yours. This place that you're in, there's something bigger than this. There's a city you were raised in and something told you, I've got to move out of here. I've got to go after something. There's a whole world for me to explore. Your instincts are already telling you it's time to grow.
You know that thing that you have to do that sucks? That thing? Yeah. Whether it's squats or your workout or going for a run or some paperwork or a project, that thing that you have to do that you know sucks. Well, the longer you wait, the longer it takes. Your situation will either be the reason you don't make it, or it will be the story you tell when you do make it, and you get to make that choice.
In the darkest corners of life, there's a secret power hiding in the shadows. It holds the key to transforming ordinary individuals into superhumans. Anyone can access it, but almost no one does. But if you're going to reach your fullest potential, it is vital that you find it within yourself. Life is not a spectator sport. It's a battlefield. It's a battlefield where the victorious are not the most talented, they're not the most gifted, they're not the ones who were born with the right last name. It's not something you're born with. It's something you forge in the fires of adversity.
It's time to evolve. It's time to do what beasts do. But you can't do that until you realize that there is something greater inside of you. How do you get out of a cage? How do you get out of a place where you've been stuck? You've been confined with what you can be. It begins with a desire to test your limits. It begins with a desire to see if you can finally get out of here and discover what's on the other side of that cage wall and see if the realm that you're supposed to have dominion on is bigger than the size of your cubicle.
So never feel sorry for yourself. Never ask what else can go wrong. You just stay in the fight. When you die, you'll know, because you're no longer fighting. The dragon is all of the things, the way you self-sabotage, your self-limiting beliefs. You're not that smart. You're not that good looking. Everything internal is dragon. When you learn to master the dragon and fight through the bear, you have mastered life, my friends. And mastering the dragon means doing the self-work, doing the work that you gotta do even when you don't feel like it, even when your emotions tell you not to, even when you begin to negotiate and the inner critic comes out, still do it.
It's like a piece of iron, and life is the blacksmith pounding it into shape. Every blow, every setback, every crushing defeat is shaping you into the most powerful version of yourself. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about embracing it. It's about learning from it and using it to grow stronger. You have to change the way you see yourself. You are not a victim of circumstances. You're a warrior in the arena of life. The storms will come. People will criticize you. You will fail. And the crushing weight of your reality will make you feel like giving up. That's when you call upon the awesome power of resilience and drive on.
I want to see what it feels like to be the greatest me. I don't care if people agree with it or not. I don't care what people say. I want to see what the greatest me looks like. And I'm not there yet. I'm not. But you better bet that I'm progressing towards that person every single day.
The decisions that matter most in life, you have control over. Choosing love over hate, you have control over that. Choosing to get out of bed instead of hitting snooze, that's on you. Using pain to fuel you rather than break you, incredible opportunity. See, it's not about trying to control the outcome of the game. See, you can train and practice for hours, early mornings, late nights, blood, sweat, and tears, and the hard truth is sometimes it still won't work out. So it's about controlling who you become. Who do you become in those early mornings and those late nights?
One can have no smaller or greater mastery than mastery over oneself. That's Da Vinci. Da Vinci did amazing things with his life. I wanted to do equally amazing things with mine. And if that's the game that we're playing, if I can construct my belief system, if I can choose at any moment to believe something that's more empowering than I was believing the moment before, and that will actually find its way into my actions, allow me to do things that I couldn't do the moment before. To me, the very fundamental purpose of life is to find out how many skills I can acquire that have utility, and then put that utility to the test in service of something greater than myself.
Life, I've discovered, always sends you scenarios perfectly designed to teach you the lessons you most need to learn to get to your next grade of growth. Things never unfold for your failure. Everything always happens in your favor. And we are most alive when we are closest to our fears.
Who do you become in those hours of practice? Or are you just looking at the scoreboard? Is that the only thing that matters to you? See, life is so much more than just what's on the scoreboard. Life is about what goes into putting points on the scoreboard. This is about the means, the process. What path do you walk to get to the end? It's about spending time with the man or woman deep down that you know is meant for more. Who do you see when you stare yourself back in the mirror? Now, who do other people see? Have you just been going through life putting on a front?
But you gotta want it more than anything. You gotta desire that roar that's inside of you that says, get up and go after it. That is given to you by God so that you can find out just how much of a king or a queen or royalty that you are. But you can't have it until you desire to see what's on the other side of your cage.
You know, I heard a quote one time from Vincent van Gogh that really rang true. He said, he has dedicated his life to his art and he has lost his mind in the process. When I sat and I thought about that, it sounded very familiar. I have given every single thing, every ounce of my life to this craft, to perfecting my craft, and I continue to do so. And in the process, I have lost my mind, but in a good way. To regular society, to people who wake up at 9 a.m., who clock out at 5 p.m. They would look at me and say, I've lost my mind, but me, I have found it almost.
It's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say. You gotta be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of energy and strength that you have to pull it off. Then you get balanced once you become great. And it takes being obsessed to where people think you're crazy.
There is a difference between passion and obsession. When you're passionate, everybody cheers you on. They're stoked for you. Oh, you found your passion? Awesome. Follow your passion. Live with passion. Be passionate. When you're obsessed, they're like, why you gotta be so crazy? Why do you always gotta get things so perfect? Why you spend so much time here? When you're obsessed, people think you're nuts. If no one thinks you're crazy, you're not yet operating to the outer limits of your potential.
Or when you ask yourself, do you know that you're coming up short? Do you know that you're not playing for loud? Do you know that you're more concerned with what other people think about you rather than what you think about you? Have you gotten so out of touch with the beginning first steps? Remember when you started? Remember when you said this was on your heart? Remember when you said this was on your soul, this was your mission, this was your purpose? But you've let society, you've let culture and everything pull you in every which way direction. These distractions have gotten the best of you, but no more. That ends today. Because I'm done letting you play yourself short. I'm letting you sell yourself short because you were meant for so much more, and I want you to see that. You want to see that. I know you do. You look yourself in the mirror and you know that there's somebody deep down with greatness, with fire staring back at you, and you want to know how to bring them to the forefront. That decision is right here and right now.
Is not about the trophy and the accolades. It's about the grind. It's about the obstacles. It's about the challenges. It's about the pain that you endure along the way for that 30 seconds of being able to either stand on the platform, be acknowledged by individuals that are close to you. But when that happens, your mind has to immediately shift back because now you felt and tasted something that you could only get through winning. Are you willing to do it again?
I believe you're happiest not when you're watching TV. You're not happiest when you're playing with your apps. You're not happiest when you're looking for likes. You're not happiest when you're fooling around. You're happiest when you're growing.
At some point, you got to stop negotiating the price and decide your will to win is not for sale. Here's the truth. Most people's dreams can be bought. With enough failure, with enough rejection, they can't still fight. And their will to win is buyable. You can buy it. With a little success or a whole bunch of failure, most people will sell their will to win. But if you decide at this meeting, my will cannot be bought. I don't care how long it takes, you can't buy this dude out. I'll keep fighting for my family. I'm the one. I'm gonna change my family tree forever. That's the decision. Decide now. You're gonna keep negotiating the price or can you not be bought?